The daring humor of Blazing Saddles has been celebrated for its bold and boundary-pushing comedy. The film's unique blend of satire and silliness has solidified its place as a classic in the realm of comedy cinema. Mel Brooks, the creative genius behind this masterpiece, believed in pushing the limits of humor and storytelling, a philosophy that shines through in every scene of this iconic movie. Despite the controversies and challenges it faced, Blazing Saddles has endured as a testament to the power of fearless filmmaking and comedic excellence. Its subtle nuances and clever social commentary have continued to captivate audiences and critics alike, leaving a lasting impact on the world of entertainment. The secrets hidden from the public only add to the mystique and allure of this legendary film, making it a must-watch for anyone who appreciates clever, boundary-pushing comedy. It took convincing to even let the studio release Blazing Saddles. No one laughed when it was first shown to them. Warner Brothers executive Ted Ashley wasn't pleased by the first screening. He came with a long list of notes of scenes that needed to be cut and elements that needed to be removed. Mel Brooks said he'd comply, but threw all of Ted's notes out instead. It was kept the way it was and screened for blue-collar Warner Brothers employees instead. President John Calley convinced them to lease in Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York. It fared much better in the public sphere and became a blockbuster. In 1974, Blazing Saddles premiered at the now-defunct Pickwick Drive-In Theater in Burbank, California. Instead of an A-list event with limos and fancy dresses, they took a different approach. Guests rode in on horseback. It fit the movie's Western theme and subversive style. In 1975, there was almost a spin-off TV show of Blazing Saddles called Black Bart. The pilot aired on April 4, 1975, but never reached the public. Talks of bringing the film to the Broadway stage were also circulating. Mel Brooks considered adapting it, like his other hits such as The Producers. However, he felt that the story's content, which includes racial slurs, might be too vulgar for today's audiences. Despite the potential for further adaptations, the legacy of Blazing Saddles remains strong in the realm of comedy and cinema. In 1974's Blazing Saddles, Hedy Lamarr was the antagonist. The character's name bore a striking resemblance to the successful old Hollywood actress Hedy Lamarr. Harvey Korman, who portrayed the character, jokingly suggested that she might sue due to the name similarity. His casual remark proved to be prophetic as the issue led to a legal dispute. Eventually, the matter was resolved outside of the courtroom, and the character's name remained unchanged. This incident added an intriguing twist behind the scenes of the movie's production. In the 1974 movie Blazing Saddles, the controversial scene involves Mongo punching a horse after parking it in a no-parking zone. Another rider confronts him, leading to the horse getting punched to the ground. This scene, inspired by a story from Mel's former boss Sid Caesar, was meant for comedic effect, but not everyone found it amusing. Animal rights activists were particularly upset about the treatment of the horse, despite no animals being harmed during filming. The filmmakers used trained horses that could fall on command. Despite the controversy, this classic continues to be remembered for its unique humor and cultural impact. The original title of the film went through various changes before becoming Blazing Saddles. Originally named Tex X, a nod to Malcolm X, it was later altered to Black Bart, and then briefly considered as the Purple Sage. However, the writers still felt unsatisfied until a moment of inspiration struck Mel Brooks while he was in the shower, leading to the birth of Blazing Saddles. When Mel Brooks' wife expressed her love for the new title, he knew they had finally discovered the perfect name for the movie. The creative process behind Blazing Saddles was a wild ride. Mel compared it to a drunken fistfight. The team of five had strong opinions on what should make it into the film, but Mel's ideas often took the lead. As the director, he held more creative power. Despite this, not everything was meticulously planned. One iconic scene where Waco Kid consoles Bart with the line about townsfolk being morons was improvised. Cleavon's reaction led to its inclusion in the movie, adding a memorable moment to this classic. During the creation of Blazing Saddles, the scriptwriting process lasted so long that Mel's son Max was born. Despite the time constraints, Mel aimed to craft a remarkable film, knowing he needed to complete it swiftly to provide for his family. It is interesting to note that Max pursued a career in writing, specializing in zombie films like World War Z. This classic highlights a significant personal milestone for Mel Brooks, intertwining familial growth and artistic achievement in a memorable way. Mel wanted Richard Pryor to play Sheriff Bart, stating he was the most blessed with talent. Due to personal demons, Cleavon Little was chosen instead, impressing with perfect line delivery. Gene Wilder wasn't the first choice for the Waco Kid. It was initially offered to Johnny Carson and Gig Young, who had issues. Madeline Kahn, Mel's first pick for Lily Von Stepp, was slated for another film, but gave full focus to this classic, showcasing her legs for the role. Mel's choice wasn't just for looks, but for talent too. Despite some controversies, the casting choices added to the success of the film. In the 1974 movie Blazing Saddles, the collaboration between Mel Brooks and Gene Wilder shines brightly. Their successful partnership extends beyond this classic, including films like Young Frankenstein. However, another significant friendship tied to this film is the one between Mel Brooks and Richard Pryor. Their bond began in New York, where Mel encountered Richard's stand-up routine at the Vanguard. This led to a close friendship, with Richard reportedly contributing significantly to the character of Mongo in the movie. Additionally, Blazing Saddles initiated an unexpected friendship between two legendary directors. Alfred Hitchcock, a fan of the film, commended Mel Brooks for his exceptional work on it. This unique bond further highlights the impact and connections formed through the making of this iconic movie. In the 1974 film Blazing Saddles, there is a cut scene that Mel Brooks admits he edited at the studio's request. It was a particularly risky moment in the movie. In this scene, Bart and Lily find themselves in her dressing room. As Lily blows out the candles, she begins to flirt with Bart, asking him, "Is it true what they say about you people?" Bart's response, "I hate to disillusion you, ma'am, but you're sucking on my arm," showcases the witty and irreverent humor that defines this classic comedy. The interaction between the characters adds a playful and cheeky element to the film, highlighting the boundary-pushing nature of Blazing Saddles. Mel Brooks, the genius behind Blazing Saddles, aimed to include famous Western actors in his parody film. None were bigger than John Wayne, known as the Duke. The opportunity arose when they met on the Warner Brothers lot. John mentioned hearing about the movie, prompting Mel to share a few lines with him. Politely, the Duke declined but expressed he'd be first in line to see it. An iconic moment from a classic film. In 1974, Gene wanted something in exchange for his work on Blazing Saddles. He needed his friend to look over his latest screenplay for Young Frankenstein. Released less than a year later in December of 1974, Young Frankenstein was a major hit. The deal turned out to be a win-win. In 1974, the movie had at least one instance of Mel having to tell a white lie. The composer, Frankie Laine, had been a singer and songwriter for 75 years. Accustomed to dramatic projects, Mel informed him that he was working on such a project. Mel was concerned that revealing the truth might lead to losing the musical expert. However, the dramatic music ended up serving the film better, adding a parody to the typical sound of Western films. This classic film, Blazing Saddles, benefited greatly from this musical deception. Blazing Saddles was a hilarious comedy that didn't hold back on the humor. It featured lots of slapstick, and even ventured into juvenile territory with some fart jokes. The movie was groundbreaking in including audible fart sounds, created using soap, and the classic hand under the armpit method. These sounds added a unique touch to a scene where cowboys were enjoying baked beans and coffee around a campfire. Mel intentionally made the farts as loud as possible to amplify the audience's laughter, although they were later toned down for TV. The fart humor didn't stop there. The character Governor Lepemonen was named after a real-life flatulence artist who could pass gas on command by flexing his abdominal muscles. The name itself, a mix of Peter and Maine, emphasized his prowess in the art of flatulence. In the classic 1974 film, a scene near the end shows characters singing a drinking song, which is a nod to another famous movie. Additionally, a reference to a renowned jazz musician is cleverly embedded in a different scene. These subtle details showcase the director's ingenuity in weaving hidden connections within the storyline. In 1974's Blazing Saddles, Gene is best known for his expert turn as Willy Wonka in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That wouldn't be the last time chocolate would help his career. A product placement deal with Raisinets helped get the movie off the ground. They're shown in a scene where Harvey Korman stops to buy a few at the movie theater at the end of the film. Mel said that it also helped increase the sales of Raisinets, and he got 12 dozen of them every month. In the 1974 movie Blazing Saddles, this classic comedy takes a hilarious spin on the Western genre. Set in the Wild West, the film follows a black sheriff in an all-white town. The movie challenges stereotypes and tackles social issues through satire and humor. Blazing Saddles dared to push boundaries, making it a groundbreaking film for its time. With clever wit and iconic scenes, it remains a timeless favorite among audiences. Its era was a time of change, and this film reflected that shift through its bold storytelling and unique approach to comedy. During the casting process for the 1974 movie Blazing Saddles, key actors were carefully chosen for their roles through auditions and chemistry tests. Cleavon Little was selected for the lead role of Bart after impressing directors with his charm and wit during auditions. Gene Wilder secured the role of Jim after a chemistry test with Cleavon displayed their great on-screen rapport. Harvey Korman's comedic talents secured him the role of Hedley Lamar, while Madeline Kahn's audition impressed the casting directors, leading to her role as Lily von Stupp. These pivotal moments defined the casting of the iconic film. From the outset, Mel Brooks, the director of Blazing Saddles, aimed to challenge social norms through humor. His approach was rooted in the traditions of satire, paving the way for a fresh take on the Western genre. Influenced by his experiences in the comedy of the 1960s and the subversive styles of writers like Larry Gelbart, Brooks sought to dismantle racial stereotypes by using a mix of outrageous comedy and sharp wit. The film's distinct style combines slapstick elements with clever dialogue and absurd situations. Brooks often encouraged improvisation, allowing actors like Gene Wilder and Cleavon Little to add their unique flair. This collaboration fostered a creative environment where spontaneity thrived. Cinematographer Bruce Surtees helped shape the film's look, blending traditional Western visuals with comedic overtones. Brooks also sought input from his actors. By valuing their perspectives, he created roles that resonated with both humor and depth. The casting of an African-American lead at a time when Hollywood rarely featured such characters showed Brooks' commitment to breaking boundaries. This collaborative spirit made Blazing Saddles not just a comedy, but a bold statement about race and identity in America. Blazing Saddles, a 1974 movie, had a unique production journey. The set design aimed to recreate an authentic Wild West town, complete with dusty streets and saloons. Filming took place in rural locations to capture the essence of the era. Logistical challenges included working with animals and coordinating large crowd scenes. Innovative techniques were used during production, such as utilizing advanced lighting equipment to create dynamic visuals. Additionally, the filmmakers employed special effects to enhance certain scenes, adding a layer of complexity to the movie. Overall, the production of Blazing Saddles was a blend of creative vision and technical expertise, resulting in a classic Western comedy that continues to entertain audiences today. The musical score and soundtrack of the 1974 movie Blazing Saddles played a crucial role in enhancing the narrative and emotional tone of the film. Composers John Morris and musicians like Frankie Laine and Count Basie collaborated to create a vibrant and engaging musical backdrop that perfectly complemented the movie's comedic and satirical elements. The use of playful melodies, classic Western motifs, and lively rhythms added depth and humor to the storytelling, helping to evoke the Wild West setting and the quirky characters within it. The music heightened the comedic moments, intensified the action sequences, and underscored the film's overall irreverent and humorous tone. The creative contributions of the composers and musicians helped elevate the movie to become a classic in American cinema, blending music and storytelling seamlessly to entertain audiences for decades to come. In the 1974 movie Blazing Saddles, one iconic scene is the campfire sequence where the characters break the fourth wall in a humorous way. The direction by Mel Brooks excelled in blending comedy with social commentary, making the audience see the absurdity of racism. Cleavon Little's performance as Bart, the black sheriff, was pivotal in conveying both humor and depth. The cinematography captured the essence of the scene, enhancing the comedic effect. This moment resonated with viewers, challenging racial stereotypes while entertaining them. According to Mel Brooks, this scene aimed to confront bigotry through satire, using comedy to deliver a powerful message. Actors such as Gene Wilder praised the scene for its bold approach to addressing sensitive issues. Overall, this scene remains a standout moment in cinematic history for its witty execution and impactful themes. Blazing Saddles, a 1974 movie, made a significant impact on both culture and society. It resonated with audiences by blending satire with humor to address serious issues of racism and prejudice. The film's fearless approach to tackling these topics sparked conversations and challenged societal norms. Through its clever writing and comedic delivery, Blazing Saddles influenced pop culture by pushing boundaries and paving the way for more diverse and inclusive storytelling in entertainment. It highlighted the power of humor in addressing sensitive subjects, and encouraged audiences to reflect on their own beliefs and biases. Overall, the movie's cultural and social impact continues to be felt, reminding us of the importance of open dialogue and understanding and addressing complex issues within our society. Blazing Saddles, released in 1974, received positive critical reception for its humor and social commentary. Critics praised its satirical take on Western films and racial themes. Audiences found it hilarious and engaging, appreciating its unique approach to comedy. The movie was nominated for 3 Academy Awards and 3 Golden Globe Awards, solidifying its acclaim in the industry. These accolades signify recognition and validation for the cast and crew involved in the film. For the actors, such as Cleavon Little and Gene Wilder, it highlighted their exceptional performances. Director Mel Brooks was commended for his bold and innovative storytelling. Winning or being nominated for prestigious awards affirmed the film's impact and importance in cinema history. Accolades like these can open doors for future projects and enhance the reputation of everyone involved in the film. They serve as a testament to the hard work and creativity of the team, encouraging them to continue producing high-quality work. Overall, the critical reception and awards for Blazing Saddles attest to its enduring legacy and cultural significance. During the making of the 1974 movie Blazing Saddles, there was a memorable scene where the character played by Madeline Kahn pretended to faint. However, during one take, she actually fainted for real, causing a moment of panic on set before it became clear she was not seriously hurt. Additionally, the famous bean-eating scene led to uncontrollable laughter among the cast, making it difficult to get through the scene without multiple retakes. Despite the challenges faced during filming, the camaraderie among the cast and crew helped create a movie that has stood the test of time for its humor and wit. Blazing Saddles, the 1974 movie, holds a significant place in film history due to its groundbreaking approach to comedy and social commentary. Its satirical take on Western films challenged traditional norms and paved the way for future filmmakers to explore similar themes. The movie's irreverent humor and fearless parodying have inspired generations of comedians and filmmakers to push boundaries and tackle sensitive topics with wit and intelligence. Blazing Saddles remains a timeless classic that continues to influence modern filmmaking by showing the power of humor in addressing societal issues. When reflecting on the 1974 movie Blazing Saddles, many viewers share how it sparked laughter and conversations about humor, race, and cinema. Some recall fond memories of watching the film with friends and family, enjoying its satirical take on Westerns. Others mention how it challenged stereotypes and made them think about social issues in a new light. For some, Blazing Saddles was a gateway to exploring more diverse and thought-provoking films, broadening their cinematic horizons. By sharing your own experiences and insights, you contribute to a vibrant dialogue about the impact of this iconic movie on our culture and perspectives on cinema. Your memories and reflections are valuable additions to the ongoing discussion about Blazing Saddles and its place in film history. Engage with others by liking, sharing, and subscribing to continue exploring the world of cinema.